1966 World Cup, England's finest hour, and collecting memorabilia from this tournament is something that's been very sought after for many decades. You might choose a Martin Peters signed World Cup Willie postcard, maybe a Nobby Styles signed World Cup Willie postcard. There are tickets, of course, from quarter-finals, semi-finals, different colours represent different price categories, and then there is, of course, the famous iconic photograph of Geoff Hurst scoring the 4th goal for England. It is now, as it's famously used on the commentary, and this is a signed photograph by the artist himself, Geoff Hurst. And then, of course, most of all, people would like to own the programme, the 1966 official World Cup programme. And the problem is that one of these programmes is official and one of these programmes is a reprint. There were 4 reprints done in total. The first one was done straight after the game. There was one done in 1970, there was one done in the 90s, and there's been one since that as well. So the question is, how can you tell which programme you've got is the original and which one is the copy? This one is the original. And the first thing we look at to see is the cigarette banding on the back. And you can see on the original it's red, and on the copy it's tangerine, not quite the same colour. The second thing we can look at is the Earl of Harewood on page 4. On the original programme, which is this one, we can see that the Earl Harewood is sporting a patterned tie. And on the copy, he no longer has the pattern, it goes funeral black. And it becomes like so, with no pattern visible whatsoever. The third way of telling is by weighing them. If we weigh this one here, it comes out at 136 grams. It weighed 137 a moment ago. It does fluctuate for some reason, but they're not expensive scales. And that's the original. And the cheap one, the reprint, is always under 100 grams, normally between 95 and 99, and this one weighs 99. The fourth way of telling is the writing on the back. England v West Germany is in black on the copy, and England v West Germany is in a shade of blue on the original. When I put the two of them together, I'll hold them both up, you can see the difference. So they are the 4 ways of telling the programmes apart. There are other ways, but the hardest copy to get right is the 1990s one, and the way you tell that one, and I haven't got one here to show you, is it will have a reproduction here on the bottom right hand corner, and often you can see it's been scraped off. And if it's scraped off, the reason is because it's a fake. Yeah? So that's how you tell. And of course at collectsoccer.com we only sell the originals. If we have a copy, we say it's a copy, we know it's a copy. So that's why you'll see such a variation of process in prices, and most people aren't aware which ones are the copies, which ones are the originals, or that they're even selling a copy. But obviously at Collect Soccer, we've got a guarantee in your authentic memorabilia, you're guaranteed that you're buying the original programme.